All right. Hello, hello. And I am super excited to introduce our featured entrepreneur, Rhonda Watson. Hi, Rhonda.
Hi, Beth.
How are you doing
How
today?
are you? I'm good. And yourself?
Yes, yes, I am doing great. Thank you so much. I'm glad you're doing well. So let me just introduce you a little bit and then I'll have you share a little bit more about yourself, okay?
Thank you.
All right, so Wanda Watson is the founder and owner of 3E Visions. She is a customer engagement consultant for her own company. She is also a community advocate and volunteer, and she works a lot with District 22 as their event coordinator. She has an event coming up in June with them for community wellness and resources. So, yes, Rhonda, welcome. And I'd like to
Thank
invite
you.
you to share. Yes. So, thank you for your time. And I just want you to share a bit about yourself and the community work you are involved with in District 22, specifically at PS 315.
Well, I'm PS 315 is one of the many schools in our diverse but not divided community here in District 22 in Brooklyn. We are considered South Brooklyn. Um, we here at District 22 have a love and fondness for our families in the community. So we do a lot. As far as I go, I am a divorced mom of three amazing young people in my life right now. Um, I work diligently for the community as much as possible. And of course, having my own business, you
Mhm.
know, it's a lot, but I get a self joy. I get joy
Mm,
from helping others. That's one of my passions. That's very important to me, to serve others. So, with that being said, this event is bringing me such joy. I am so grateful that I answered the call to do this event. It is going to be an outstanding event where we will allow our community to be open to others as well, but not only for ourselves, but for
mm,
others in Brooklyn, throughout New York City. Whoever wants
yeah.
to come can come. But just to be able to bring the resources to the community, I think that's so important right now. So that's why I'm just grateful that I have the opportunity to be the event coordinator for this event.
Yes, that's exciting. And what you started out by sharing really caught my attention. You said that the District 22 community is diverse, but not divided. So, how does that happen? How is the community united? Is that through like providing resources and community events, or what's the secret?
Well, District 22 is under the educational leadership of Superintendent Julia Bove, and the
Mhm.
CEC uh, is a diverse group of adults, parents who volunteer their services to serve the entire district. So,
Mhm.
because we are diverse also on the CEC, it allows us to hear each other out and do what is best for the entire district. And under her leadership, as well as the president of the CEC, President Salako, we are just, as a volunteer, I have to say, they are doing an excellent job of making sure that all voices are heard throughout the community.
Yeah, so everyone has representation at
Yes,
all
yes,
levels, it sounds like.
at all level, yes.
Yeah.
Between President Salako and Superintendent Julia Bove, and of course with the staff at the district office here on Flatlands Avenue in Brooklyn. They are
Mhm.
doing an excellent job of listening to the families of the community. So this resource fair is to ensure that not only the families that are here in the community get
Mhm.
the services that they need, but we have an influx now of migrants and immigrants that are coming into our community because they have family and they know the struggles that they're having in their homeland. So now that they're coming to America, we want to make sure that they're welcome. We want to make sure that they too have the resources that are necessary for them. We, this fair will have immigration, medical, wellness as far as a yoga instructor, fitness instructor. So it is for everyone from 8 to 80. So we are hoping that we have a great turnout for this event.
Yes. I love that it's also age inclusive because we could all learn so much from one another. Like 8-year-olds keep 80-year-olds young, but then 80-year-olds can give the 8-year-olds wisdom. That's so beautiful. I'm so happy to hear
Yeah,
this.
I
Yes.
am too.
So I am curious. So it's a lot of work to put in organizing an event, of course. And I am curious, as an event coordinator, where do you draw your inspiration from? Like, how are you inspired? Like, what even is the driving force for you?
Well, this is not the first time I've done an event like this. I hosted a men's symposium at well, all three of my children went to PS 251 in the district.
Okay.
Special shout out to Principal Sheldon Noel and his staff at PS 251. Excellent school. All three of
Mhm.
my children went there, as I said. Um, the men's symposium was very dear to me
Mm,
because it allowed the fathers, the uncles, the grandfathers, the big brothers to come out and get the resources that they need. We had banks, different vendors were there. We had medical, just to talk about men's health
mm,
surrounding what is important to them and for them. Um, I can't emphasize enough the importance of men's health now, especially our men's mental and emotional and financial well-being. In order for our men to focus on being the providers that they need, they want to be and need
mm.
to be, an event such as this will aid them in that. So I am so looking forward, especially being that it's Father's Day weekend. I am hoping that we get a good turnout of fathers and grandfathers, as I said, to come out and get the knowledge and wealth that's going to be available to them on the 17th of June.
Yes, that's exciting. Yes, men, come on out. Yes, you are wanted as much as the women. And
Yes, yes.
yeah, I think sometimes men do feel shut out. And so it's
Yeah, they do. They do. And that's why I did the men's symposium. It was, I believe, 2 years before COVID happened. And I kept getting this nudge, you need to do this again, you need to do this again. So I went to the CEC as a advocate in the community and said, let's do this wellness and resource fair. And they were on board with it. I don't think they realize how much work goes into this event, but
right.
we really want this to be a success. So if there's any vendors or anyone who has a product, of course, I want to say this up front, you
Mhm.
cannot sell at this event. However, you can promote your business and, make appointments afterwards to meet with the individuals for any sales. But because it's a DOE building and it's a
Mhm.
DOE, there is no selling of products and services on site. But afterwards, yes, they will be able to sell. Um, what we are looking for at this time
Yes.
for this event, yes, so we are asking for vendors. If you are an author and you have a book that encompasses wellness and health, both mentally, physical, financial, emotional health, we
Mm.
are asking you to get in contact with us pertaining to this event and come on board. Any businesses, once it is family friendly,
Yep.
we are asking you to participate in this event as well. It's like I said, it's not just for District 22. We are
Mhm.
opening it up so that everyone can be part of it.
Yeah.
And take the information that you receive and share it with family, friends, and neighbors because
Yeah.
it is a community event.
Yes, because well, District 22 is one community, then if people from other communities join in, either to participate as vending, right? Or they just come in to visit, right? So then new resources are brought into the community, but people who are coming in just to attend can take those resources back out to the community. So then you're reaching potentially a whole lot of communities in New York City, not just one.
Yeah.
That's really
Yes.
nice. Yeah.
It
So,
is. It is. I am so looking forward to it. I am looking forward to the community leaders and the politicians to come out. It's very
yeah.
important that, of course, they show face to come out and participate in this event. So we know we're sending out invitations to them as well to participate. Yeah.
Yes, because then policies and everything that are being made can be tailored to the actual needs of real people, not just the theory of it. Yeah.
Yes. We're
So,
also going to have the community affairs from the police departments that serve our community to come out and represent. And I'm hoping that if we have time to have a panel discussion, because we want to embrace,
mhm.
I'll say for me, I think it's very important that we embrace our police department because we want their help when things happen. We want them to, and we want them to participate so that we get to know one another in the community. They're serving our community. We want to know who is in our community servicing us,
Yes. Yes.
so it's important.
Yes.
Mhm.
Police, firefighters, fire departments, even all those people. It's good to like know. It's just good to know each other. Like know your neighbors in your apartment building, right? Know the people who are serving your community, just get familiar. And then that does like cut down on fear on all sides too. When you get
Absolutely,
familiar,
absolutely.
you're no longer strangers. Yeah.
Yeah, and coming out of the pandemic, Beth, we do need to know each other
Hmm.
because a lot of people have experienced certain tragedies and
Yeah.
no one was there for them and no one was with them. So you should get to know your neighbor. I feel that if you have an elderly person in the building that or on in your neighborhood that reach out. You don't know what they're in need of because we don't think about it, but one day that could be us and we need someone. So that's really what it's about now. I believe that's why I'm so elated and gun ho and going full speed ahead with this because it's all about the community and the
Hmm.
families of our community, how important it is to reach out, learn and talk to one another. For 2 years we were inside. We said hi and kept it moving and going about our business to come back inside. But now that we're opening up back up, we should really get to know the people that we call a neighbor.
Right.
And we need to, we spend 2 years with ourselves, and that's where the emotional and the mental piece comes
Mhm.
in for this event. A lot of us now are like, okay, so I didn't know that about me. Now, how do I dissect what I've learned about myself in these past 2 years? So that's why, having mental health people there will be is advantageous to us at this time because we want our community to unpack some of those things that they've experienced, the
Mhm.
loss, the gains that they may have had. So that's why, our event is being focused on 4 pillars: emotional, mental, physical, and financial. So hopefully having this event will unpack some of the things that we've put have allowed ourselves to become part of and to see where we're going to take it from here.
Mhm. Yeah, because you did mention something interesting and you were saying the losses, but also the gains. And sometimes when you do gain and you're experiencing that success, that can also change things. And sometimes people actually react in fear. It's not always, or like, I don't know what to do next, or like, okay, so I went from this level, now I'm up at this level, but how do I go to the next level? And they get stuck. So just because this is being held in a school building, the schools do serve all the community. So yes, whether you have a child in school or not, come on out.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. It's all about the community. It's all about the families in the community. It's all about the individuals in the community. We are we are experiencing something new,
Mhm.
whether we want to acknowledge it or not. But now we have to acknowledge the fact that we are going through a metamorphosis of a sort
Yeah.
where we are learning about ourselves. We're learning what we like, what we don't like. We are learning who we are and
Mhm.
how important we are. We have value, not only for ourselves, but for others. And hopefully this this event will inspire, it will teach, it will help people grow. And I'm hoping for nothing but the success of each individual that crosses that threshold, or even for the medical, going into a medical van. Some people haven't seen a doctor in a while, and I'm hoping to find, that's the other thing I'm hoping to find, is a dentist, because a lot of people haven't gone for their high, as far as their dentistry. It's important as well.
Mhm.
So all aspects now of our overall health is important to us. So we have to get the resources, and this is why this wellness and resource fair is so important. We want to be able to give those individuals who may have overlooked some things for the past 2 years, or
Mhm.
even prior to that,
Or even a
that
lifetime.
yes,
Yeah.
I'm looking for certain, I'm looking for resources. And here's the other thing I've learned being in Brooklyn all my life, and I mean all my life. Sometimes you're not, you don't have the capability. It's not that you don't want to go get the
Mhm.
resources. Sometimes you just don't have the capability, or you don't know how to navigate through the
Mhm.
system to
Yeah.
get the resources that you need. Somebody may tell you about it, but they don't tell you how. And sometimes you need to know how to get it.
Do it.
So the CEC allowing me to think of to work with me on this project, it's allowing us now to say, look, this is what's going to be here. HRA, we're going to talk about domestic violence. We're
Mm.
going to talk about mental health. We're going to talk about emotional health, your financial well-being. We're going to talk about financial literacy. We're going to talk about first-time home buyers. Things that are
Mhm.
important to us now, we're going to have at that resource fair. So I am so looking forward to this event. I really am.
I'm excited. I'm gonna come out because it sounds so much fun. Yes.
Yes,
I have
yes,
it in my
yes.
planner. Yes, I
Thank
have it written
you.
down. Yes. Yes, yes. So, I'm curious. I always like hearing from entrepreneurs their tips because that's how we as business owners grow. And you're really into like social entrepreneurship, you know? So what would you give as your number one tip for community leaders who are also working to restore families through community events, or other business owners who are, into social entrepreneurship?
Okay, so I'm going to share these 3 tips with the business owners.
Ooh, 3 tips. I asked for one. I love it. Getting more.
Yeah, because I'm not going to forget about the customer, being a customer service or customer experience consultant. I like to say customer engagement, because it's about
Mhm.
engaging the customers now. It's
Yeah.
a different light now under what we call customer service. It's
Mhm.
broader now. It's
Yeah.
real broad now. So you have to be able to speak to your customers. That's the first thing.
Mhm.
So all business owners, even if you're a solopreneur, my
Mhm.
advice to you is to get out and know your community. So it's a double fold. You're
Mhm.
talking to the people, you're learning about the people, you're also learning about the community that you're serving.
Yeah.
That's so important. The other piece is I would give to business owners: go to the community board meetings. That is so important. Let them see you there.
Mhm.
Let them see and hear about your business. Find out what's going on in the community where you can help. Sponsor an event.
Mhm.
Uh, when I say sponsor the event, I think about the elderly, and two of my passions is elderly and education. With the elderly, there's something about our elders in our community. Their presence is strong. And
Mhm.
because of that, people listen to them. So
Mhm.
when you're that business owner that they can point to and say, oh, Jack's ABC business sponsored the senior citizens birthday party.
Mhm.
That's that's mind blowing for some people. Oh, they did that, yeah. They're always open. If you know, even if you're running late, they always have what we need at that store, or you know, whatever the business is. They always have, and they have the knowledge of their business. That's important too. Understanding your business and having knowledge of your product and service to the customer. That's important.
Yeah.
The other thing is that I would share with business owners, especially when it comes to community,
Mm-hmm.
even though if you don't have a child going to the neighborhood school where your business is close to,
Mm-hmm.
go to that school and see who you can help out. Go to the PTA meetings. Those things are important. The parents of the community sees that you're sponsoring an event. Uh, you know, do a coat drive, do a can drive at your business.
Mm-hmm.
Ask your customers to bring a can in. There are families that are not as fortunate as other families.
Right.
As I was sharing with my daughters one day, I said, there are children who don't like when school closed because they don't have a meal to get.
Yeah.
So these things are important for us to know.
Yeah.
There are families out here that need a meal. Even if you do a raffle at your business, and this is a great way to get customers in, and that's a fourth tip, huh? Have a raffle. Yeah, have a raffle and sponsor a family behind that raffle and give
Mm-hmm.
them a gift card to the neighborhood, one of the neighborhood local, or if you own a grocery store, you know, give them a 50, $100 now, $100 gift card to buy groceries because groceries have gotten expensive. You know, the other place is the places of worship in the community.
Mm-hmm.
They too hold they too hold weight. So you want to be that business owner that everybody knows. And one other thing I always share with my business owners, find your customer's name out. Know something about your customer. Um, it's not only intimate, it's into them.
Into
And
them.
you want to, yeah, you want to be into them. So even if, you know, have a registry where they have their Facebook page or their Instagram page and go on there. I know somebody, oh, you're stalking. No, you're getting information. So
Yeah.
it's intimate information. So you could be into them as far as a business owner. You'll see what they like, and you can produce those products at your business or that service so that you can say, okay, I know Miss Sarah likes this.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to offer it to her as part of my package, as part of the my sales to her. So in this way, or to even to, to Jake when he comes to your store or to your business, you know what they like. You
Mm-hmm.
know, I know I like a pen. I like a good pen. I'm a lefty, so I like a real good pen. If you know this about me and you see a nice pen, you'll say, listen, I usually don't sell this, but I saw this and I thought of you. Customers like when you say that to them. You thought
Yeah.
of me? You thought of me? Wow, thank you.
Yeah.
That makes them feel special.
Mm-hmm.
And these are the things you want when they Google or Yelp. Those are the reviews you want on your Google or Yelp page. That
Yeah.
you can say, they can say, you know what, so and so, Jack's business thought of me. And I feel special every time I walk in. That's the experience I get. So those are the tips I'll leave for business owners.
Yes, I do love a good pen too. Like we're righty, I'm not a lefty, but I have this
Yeah.
whole bag of pens that I travel with. I'm such a pen snob.
Yes, yeah,
Yeah,
people like when they hear, yeah, people like to feel
like
special.
that,
And
whatever that
this
touches.
is, yeah, and here's the other thing, and I'll leave with this. One of the things as a business owner you really want to be able to say is that I have a servitude attitude.
Mm,
It's very important that you feel, a customer feels that they've been served. We are all put on this earth to serve.
hmm
Some of us know we have to serve, and
hmm
some of us just serve because it's part of.
Right.
But when you know you have to serve, there's a level of elation you have doing it
Yeah.
because it brings you that joy. It brings you that pleasure.
Hmm.
It's a level of orgasmic that you would
Yeah.
never have. Yeah. So you want to do it, you know. So it's important. You know, not everybody can be famous. But everybody can be great. And greatness comes from serving. Martin Luther King says that, you
Yeah.
know, and I keep that close by to remind me that, you know what, your greatness is in within you, but it comes out more so when you serve.
Yes. Top tier for everyone.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. So, I don't know, maybe you've already shared it a little bit. I always feel like whenever I'm chatting with entrepreneurs that like they've covered so much juicy, interesting things, but what do you feel is the secret sauce that many families miss in their relationships with others or in even leaders in working with families in their communities?
Communication is key.
Okay.
We have to listen to one another. And that's challenging for some of us.
Mm-hmm.
But the art of listening, it is an art. I share with business owners, uh, your business is about your listening, your communication. There's an art and science to the overall customer engagement.
Mm-hmm.
And part of the art is learning how to listen. And
Mm-hmm.
that's challenging for us because that's a skill set that, if not taught, can be problematic later on in life. We have to know how to, and now even more so coming out of this pandemic, we have to learn to listen to one another
Mm-hmm.
because what you will assume is my need is really not my need. It can be a want, it could be a desire. What
Ah,
I need is what I need. So if you miss the mark by not listening, you'll miss what I need. And my desires and my wants, yes, I would like to see them fulfilled, but my need is essential.
yeah.
So you listening to me is very important.
Yeah.
You know,
And
that's important at this time.
see, I just did it. Because I feel like sometimes as entrepreneurs, especially if you are a service-based entrepreneur or whether it's a service, like just a general service, like a photography service, or you're like into like a social entrepreneurship, right? Like, you're like, as you're listening, your brain is like trying to, or at least mine does, try to like, okay, so now how can I help this person? And so they're still talking and I am like back on the first thing that they said because my brain is thinking it over. And I'm like, okay, so now how can I help them? And so I'm genuinely wanting to help them. But like I just missed points B and C because I'm trying to like, yeah, instead of listening to the whole thing, sometimes I get ahead. Yeah, it is an art.
It is. And what I'm learning now is pen and paper is crucial
Mhm.
when we're having dialogue. It's very important. When you are in a meeting with someone and you're trying to figure out, and because sometimes, here's the other thing, sometimes we trying to relay what we need, we don't really know what we need.
Yeah.
So you have to, so sometimes you have to just listen. And here's the thing, especially, I don't know, I'll say for me, someone could be talking and this thought will come into my head and I'm realizing I need to, instead of interrupting them with their thought, I need to write down my thought
Mm-hmm.
so that I can go back, because then I can say, oh, well, why, you were saying something and this thought came to mind.
Mm-hmm.
How does this relate to what you want, what you need? You know,
Yeah.
so that is important. So pen and paper, when you're having meetings with people and you're trying to find out their needs, their wants, and their desires, and how you can serve them, pen
Mm.
and paper is around. The old-fashioned way still works.
Oh no, I mean, in case you're wondering why I keep like looking down, I've got like
No, no,
all
no.
these
I
notes.
got it. I got it. I got it. I got it. I got it.
Yeah.
Because it's important. You want to try to dissect, everybody, I'm not a psychiatrist. I'm not paid for counseling. Yeah, but when someone is telling you something and you're in the position to help them,
Mhm.
you have to be able to listen and not miss the mark because, you don't want to, oh, that's not really what I wanted. And like I said, sometimes people really don't know what they want. We have to learn in society now more than ever, even in the customer engagement portion of our business, we
Mhm.
have to decipher what's the need, the want, and the desire.
Mm. Yeah.
Yeah, we have to, because somebody may need a plumber, but actually a handyman may do. I know that may be a poor analogy of it, but sometimes
Right.
what I mean, no, it may be you can bring it down a level, or you may have to take it up a level. They may not need a handyman, they may need a plumber.
Right.
So you have to be able to differentiate for them sometimes. You got to work with them. And I know a lot of us say, I don't have this 24 hours in a day, I don't have all that time to, yeah, with your customers. Yeah, because if
Yeah.
you don't make that time, there's another business owner that will.
That will.
Somebody else say, here, you didn't make the time for them.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody will go, okay, I'll make the time for them.
Yeah.
And that's
For sure.
important, you know. Yeah. So you have to be very cautious with how you're maneuvering now with your customers, how you engage with them, how do you speak to them? How do you respond to their emails is so important now.
Mhm.
When do you respond to their emails? How, when, your time and your verbiage is important when you're responding to customers now more than ever.
Yeah.
Even on the phone, your tone with
Yeah.
them is important. That's important.
Yeah. I think
Mhm.
you're talking about communication, right? So, like, I've read this article and it was this woman, she was a business owner, and she's like, I am so much more productive in my business because I'm not checking my email all the time. I am checking it every other day or every 2 days. When you said email and how you respond, it made me think of this, right? And I was like, well, that's interesting because usually people expect like an automatic reply, but she has her system set up so that when someone emails her, they get this automatic reply that lets them know that there's going to be a specific time frame between when they send the email and when they hear back from her, and if it's an emergency they can contact her assistant or whatever. So she
And
has this
that's
communication set up so it actually works for her business versus, and she doesn't have to be like instantly like taking care of things, but it's communicated, and so people still feel served and not ignored. So yeah, what you're saying about the communication.
it's
Yeah.
it's key. It's essential now. So I know of a lot of business owners now who put that in place for their business
Mm-hmm.
because of the volume of business that they get.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and be careful with that as well. To
True.
respond to someone, you don't want to. I say don't make it past 48 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Depending on your relationship with this customer, you may
Mm-hmm.
be able to stretch it over to 72, but anything past 48, you're in danger,
Yeah.
because that gives them, oh, you didn't respond? Okay.
Yeah.
Got to be careful with that. It's crucial now. We have become a society now that if you don't respond within a certain time period,
Mm-hmm.
it can damage your business.
Yeah.
So just
Yeah.
to all business owners, be very careful about your
Yeah.
response time. Even if you know, even with in case this is an emergency or you have to get immediate service, if that's the case, then make sure that that immediate service gets responded to
Yeah.
immediately.
Yeah.
Because people, yeah, we still have this microwave mentality with certain things. I want my response and I want it now.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Oh
be
yeah.
careful with that.
Yeah. Instant Instagram, instant photos. And then I'll be like, well, okay, I am a photographer, but I'm not Instagram, so you're not instantly getting your
Right.
photos. But I'll let people know that up
Yeah.
front.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's it's challenging. It's challenging being a business owner. It's just challenging being a human being
It
now.
is.
So
Yeah.
it has its moments, but it's become a very challenging, situation. So, but I know that we can push through it. We
Mhm.
have to work together.
Yeah.
We have to, work on ourselves and be able to work with others. You know, we can be a great we can be great human beings, not
Hmm.
only to ourselves but to each other. But it's going to take some work. It's going to take some time, and
Yeah.
we're going to push. We're going to push through. We
Yeah.
really are.
And
Yeah.
that's why we're doing this wellness and community resource event, right? So
Thank
just to wrap everything up, I want you to share with everyone how they can participate, how they can contact you to participate, or even just stay updated on, I'm going to guess this is not going to be your last event. So future events, future community events. And so, yes, how can people connect with you?
Okay, so let me give. I should have written this down. What was me?
Okay.
Um, my number to contact me is 917
Mm-hmm.
754
Mm-hmm.
2175.
I'm guessing that's your business.
And that's my business number, and that is for a way to contact me pertaining to the wellness event. And the email for the wellness event, because we had to formalize everything over. Okay, so you can reach us at CEC22 Wellness Fair, FAIR. Let me spell it out. C as in cat, E as in Edward, C as in cat, 22, Wellness, WELL, N as in Nancy, E as in Edward, S as in Sam, S as in Sam, Fair, FAIR, at gmail.com.
Perfect. And
Okay.
now, just in general, because of course, 3E Visions, you are a businesswoman. How can they get in touch with you for business and customer
Same phone
engagement?
number.
Okay.
Yes. And my website is
Mm-hmm.
www.3evisions.com. Or you can reach me at Rhonda, RHONDA, at 3evisions.com. You can email me there.
Are you on social media?
I am on 3evisions is on Instagram as
Mhm.
well as Facebook.
Okay.
Thank you.
Perfect.
Yes.
At 3E Visions, right?
Yeah, 3evisions.
All right. So thank you so much for your time, Rhonda. I appreciate it.
No, thank you, Beth. I appreciate you giving me this moment in time.
You're
I
welcome.
am looking forward to seeing you
Yes.
on the 17th, but we'll see each other before then, of course. But thank you so, so much for this. I appreciate it.
Yes, and I appreciate you too and all you're doing for the community, because if anyone has ever done any kind of event, they know it's a lot of work. But I feel like community events, especially when it's a resource event, it's like a whole new level. Yeah. So thank you for what you're doing to make the community and our families just stronger and healthier,
I'm enjoying
emotionally,
it.
financially, spiritually, everything,
I'm
physically.
enjoying it. It's a great feeling. It really is.
Mm.
I mean, I've done it before, but it's just totally, totally. I'm elated. I go to bed at night going, okay, I know I got this to do, but it's just an elating feeling.
Mhm.
But I want to give a special shout out to Dervy Map and Tamika Newton. They're helping me behind the scenes.
Okay.
They uh they live in the community, but they're helping me behind the scenes. A special shout out to Angelique Cook. She's in Atlanta, but she's always pushing me, girl, go out there and do it. You can do this. And to Tina Moore of Tina Moore Global. Tina Moore has helped me enhance
Mhm.
my special event coordination. So my
Mhm.
skill sets for coordinating events such as this. So I want to give her special thanks as well. And thank you, Beth. I really appreciate this.
Yes.
I
I
really
love how you just gave everyone a shout out. And like you give credit where credit is due. That's amazing.
you have to, you have to, you
Yeah.
have to, because you know what it is? No man is an island.
Mm,
And when you doubt certain things, it's good to have beautiful women that I just mentioned
mhm.
rally behind you and say, girl, you've done it before. It's just a little bigger.
Yeah.
You can do it
You
again.
can do it.
And that's what they've done. They've said, go out there and conquer it. So, and it's for my community, and they know my passion is to serve. So
Mhm,
I'm enjoying this. I really am. It is a lot of work. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna dismiss that. But
mhm.
I'm preparing myself and I'm putting it out into the universe that next year for 2024,
Uh-huh.
it's a New York City wellness and resource
Ah,
fair.
all right.
Yeah, and I'm thinking Jacob Javits for that.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Yes, I am hoping for Jacob Javits Center for such an event as that. Yeah,
Yeah, that would be
yeah.
really cool.
Uh,
That would be really cool.
Ah,
Yeah, that's a
would
nice
it
space.
really, with all the
Mhm,
vendors? I would love to see, especially all the new businesses that have all the new business owners to come
mhm.
out and promote their business.
Yeah,
I think that would be so awesome. So
yeah,
yeah, I'm putting it out there. Now
yes.
that I'm gonna need
Put
a
it
big
out.
team.
So people know who to
I'm
reach
definitely need a
out
big
to because they may
yeah,
have the same
yes,
mission. That's the great thing. People
yeah.
don't know unless they talk. And my grandmother would be like,
Right.
closed mouths don't get fed. The squeaky wheel gets the grease. So if you're
Absolutely.
saying, I
That's
want
right.
Jacob Javits to do this community resource for all of New York,
Yeah,
there may be
yeah.
two or three other people who hear this interview and are like, well, I had that idea too. And then, people can join forces and
I think it would be
get
awesome
going.
because I think about the immigrants and the migrants that are coming over,
Hmm.
and it fills your heart that people want to see they want a piece of this American pie, to be part of the American dream, but you got to be able to navigate. And it's challenging for those of us even living here in New York all our lives. It can be challenging. So to have something like that and to have it at that level would
Hmm.
be awesome. And I could just see the pouring of the people just coming to get the information and being able to take it back and share it. So I think that's important.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
Sharing
beautiful.
is
Yeah.
caring.
Yes.
All
Yes,
right.
it is. It is.
Well,
Thank
thank
you
you
so much
again,
again.
Rhonda. Yes. Have a
Thank
good one.
you as well. Thank you. Be
Thank you.
well and be safe, everyone. Thank you.